Welcome to an intense and thought-provoking dialogue between two of the most influential philosophers of the 20th century, Jean-Paul Sartre and Albert Camus. Sartre, known for his existentialist works such as Being and Nothingness, focuses on radical freedom, bad faith, and the absurdity of existence. Camus, though often associated with existentialism, presents a different perspective in his absurdist works like The Stranger and The Myth of Sisyphus, advocating for a life lived with acceptance of the absurd without the need for metaphysical meaning. Listen as they delve into their contrasting ideas and explore the depths of human existence.
Albert, we've had this discussion before, but I still find it fascinating how you navigate the concept of absurdity. You see, in Being and Nothingness, I emphasize that humans are condemned to be free. We must create our own essence through our actions. Don't you think that in denying this, you risk falling into bad faith?
Jean-Paul, it's not that I deny freedom, but I approach it differently. In The Myth of Sisyphus, I argue that the absurd arises from the conflict between our desire for meaning and the silent, indifferent universe. Recognizing the absurdity of life should lead us not to despair, but to revolt against it. It's about accepting the absurd without falling into nihilism.
But Albert, this revolt you speak of, what is its purpose if not to define oneself? In rejecting any ultimate meaning, aren't you still asserting your freedom to define your own life?
Yes, but with a critical difference. While you see freedom as a path to create meaning, I see it as embracing the lack of inherent meaning. In The Stranger, Massault's indifference to societal norms highlights the futility of imposing external values on our lives. We must live without appeal, accepting the world as it is.
I understand your point, but to me, this acceptance seems passive. My existentialism calls for action. We must confront our freedom, take responsibility for our choices, and thus, our existence. Your concept of absurdity feels like an evasion of this responsibility.
On the contrary, it's about a deeper responsibility. It's about living authentically in the face of absurdity. Take Sisyphus, eternally pushing his rock. He is aware of the futility, yet he persists. This persistence is an act of defiance and a testament to human resilience.
Yet, doesn't that persistence imply a search for meaning? You cannot completely detach from the existential search if you acknowledge the human spirit's resilience.
Persistence doesn't necessitate a search for metaphysical meaning. It's about living fully in the present, finding joy in the struggle itself. In The Myth of Sisyphus, I conclude that one must imagine Sisyphus happy. It's an acceptance of life's inherent absurdity and a commitment to live it regardless.
Perhaps our differences are less about the concept of freedom and more about its application. You find solace in the struggle itself, while I see it as a call to action and creation. Both paths acknowledge the absurdity, but diverge in response.
Exactly. The key lies in our responses. For me, it's about embracing life's lack of meaning and living with that acceptance. For you, it's about confronting and shaping that meaning through freedom. Both approaches seek authenticity but arrive there differently.
Maybe this tension between our ideas is what keeps our philosophies alive and relevant. It's the dialogue between existentialism and absurdism that enriches our understanding of the human condition.
Indeed, Jean-Paul. Our discourse, though divergent, highlights the complex beauty of human thought. It's this very debate that drives philosophical exploration forward.
This dialogue has been thoughtfully generated by AI, drawing from the profound books and philosophical thoughts of Jean-Paul Sartre and Albert Camus. By simulating their perspectives, we aim to bring to life the rich and complex discussions that these two intellectual giants might have had. To delve deeper into their philosophies and truly appreciate the nuances of their arguments, we highly encourage you to read the books mentioned in this dialogue: Sartre's Being and Nothingness, Camus' The Stranger, and The Myth of Sisyphus. These works provide invaluable insights into existentialism and absurdism, offering a deeper understanding of the human condition. Additionally, exploring other related works by these authors and their contemporaries can further enrich your knowledge and appreciation of these pivotal philosophical movements.